Hello everyone, I am Paul McGuire Grimes from Paul's Trip to the Movies. Opening in theaters this week is Venom, starring Tom Hardy as an investigative journalist named Eddie Brock, who is set to interview this engineer named Carlton Drake, played by Riz Ahmed. It's at his lab where Eddie is attacked by this gel-like alien substance known as a symbiote and is turned into his alter ego Venom. So if this character sounds familiar, we previously saw him played by Topher Grace in Spider-Man 3, and now he's basically given his own origin story thanks to Marvel and Sony. He is a villain, he's really an anti-hero, if you will, and I think that this movie will basically really appeal to just comic book community and the people that like graphic novels. I can't really see this one, reaching this universal appeal much like other Marvel movies do. As Eddie Brock, I think Tom Hardy gives a performance that we haven't quite seen from him before. He really is able to play into kind of the comedic approach with Eddie Brock as he's kind of balancing the disturbing, violent, graphic nature of what Venom is like. It's a fairly physical performance for an actor that we're used to seeing kind of playing the brutish, quiet type. We're always used to not always being sure of what Tom Hardy's actually saying, but I understood every word of him in this movie. We also have Riz Ahmed, like I said, playing Carlton Drake, who is basically the villain in this movie, and I really think that Riz Ahmed's talent is kind of wasted here. He should have made for a really great villain, but his character is horribly underwritten, and it's kind of just the generic, ruthless villain type, scientist type that we've seen plenty of these movies before. And I wonder if it was kind of underwritten to kind of bring up Tom Hardy's character as more of the villain, even though he's not really the villain here. It also stars Michelle Williams as Tom Hardy's ex-fiance. Again, we're not used to seeing her in this type of movie either. We're used to seeing her in smaller movies, a little bit more independent stuff. She gave a great performance earlier this year in I Feel Pretty. I would say that she pairs well with Tom Hardy. Again, she's not given a lot to do here, but I really love seeing them together, and I would love to see them do a different kind of movie as a couple. I will say that the special effects in this movie to create Venom are pretty impressive. They're kind of grotesquely cool and slimy when we get to really see Venom's teeth and tongue lashing out. That being said, the movie is definitely not without its faults. The beginning is completely rushed, really trying to set up who all of these characters are and explain what the symbiote can do. And then by the time we get to the final battle, that whole sequence between Eddie Brock and Carlton and their symbiotes is messy and haphazardly edited together, and all of a sudden it's over, and I didn't get a chance to really enjoy the ending. I think Tom Hardy basically saves this movie from a lot of uneven writing. So given that, I'm giving this 3 out of 5 ticket stubs for Venom. So don't forget to click subscribe on my YouTube channel. There you're going to find more reviews of movies like A Star is Born, the new Kevin Hart movie, Night School, and then a review of the horrible movie Life Itself. So you definitely want to check that out. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Paul's Movie Trip, and go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for more reviews and a link to my podcast. Coming up soon, we're going to have an episode all about all 4 versions of A Star is Born, so you definitely want to pay attention to that. Thank you so much for watching today.